What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Drop Balls Podcast. Today is going to be a little different. I got my boy Robin on here
Yes,
with me.
sir. What's up? What's up?
We're gonna do things a little different today. We're gonna veer away a little bit from sports and talk a little bit about music. My boy Robin, he's going into the music industry. Let him know what your name is, man.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Everybody knows my government, knows me by my government, Robin, but I'm going by the name of TYB. That's an acronym for Truly Yours Beautiful, right? So I was influenced heavily by the spirit of gospel and the soul of R&B, it's just an insight of true friendship, true passion, true honesty, just being an all around good person.
Cool. So that's where the name derived from. It's just everything that you just said right there. That's where you got the name at, right, Robin?
Yeah. So it actually used to stand for something else, but I like the fact that I like the fact that I can actually use the same acronym for something else, which kind of just stands for, me growing up as a man, the last several years and coming into light what I feel like what my purpose is on earth is.
Yeah, for sure. And now me and Robin, we went to college together, little college in Lindsborg, Kansas, Bethany College.
Yo.
We were supposed to run track together, but I never ended up running track because got there, got hurt, and because I played football too, got hurt on the football field and all of that. So we never actually got to run track together. But Robin went out there and did his thing on the track.
Yeah. Those were the good old days, man. Sometimes I just sit back and reminisce on those days. If I could go back to one day, I would go back to the last race I ever had at Bethany College. It's like a dream come true. My family was out there. It was awesome. I doubt I can run anything equal to as fast as I used to be. That was like 30 pounds ago.
Man, I can't even run no more. I ain't even gonna front. Like I be my legs just do not feel right when I be running anymore. Once again, I mean that was like what for me that was probably about 30 pounds ago as well.
Well,
So
30
so
pounds
yeah.
ago, 4 years ago.
But you're or not athletic trainer, but you're a trainer now and everything, right?
Yeah. So it's crazy that you mentioned that, man. I feel like a lot of athletes stem from, or excuse me, a lot of people that are in, personal training, it stems from them being an athlete, whether it was in high school or college or even professional athleticism, So after graduating, that's something I kind of fell into because I didn't necessarily go to, college for any type of athletic training purposes, but that's something I fell into because, I felt the need to still be around the gym, be around that type of atmosphere, and I love it.
That's kind of what got me doing this because just being that athlete, I kind of fell into wanting to still do things with sports, whether it was talking sports, coaching, anything like that. So I still
Right.
wanted to get into that. But all right, so you fell into that after you got out of college, and now you're doing your music thing. So what got you going into music and got you into that?
It's cool though, man. I I can kind of like still tie it into who I am as a, athlete or just all around person,
Yeah.
um, being a motivator, being a leader in track and field, being a leader in what I do as far as like helping people get to their goal, physically, whether it's gaining muscle, gaining speed, if it's an athlete or losing weight, right? I just want to be able to reach as many people as I can to send a message out, So when I was in college, it was, reaching people to pursue their dreams, pursue their goals when it came to, athleticism. When it comes to my, regular day job as a trainer, it's to, get to their goals as far as how they want to feel as a person, whether it's internally or externally. And now it's just on another scale. I'm trying to motivate those to just pursue their dreams, no matter what it is. Specifically on in the music industry side, because it's just a huge platform out here. Close to Los Angeles, California.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a message in everything that I write because I write my own music. And it's meaning to it. So whether it's me motivational speaking or now, pursuing music, the people that listen to my lyrics, they're like, man, this guy's onto something. It's a catchy beat, but, he's just not saying like a catchy, quick 5 or 6 word phrase for the hook. He's actually saying something meaningful.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what what got me into music. I've always loved to sing. I've always loved to, try to rap. I'm working on my rapping cadence now, but I feel like I'm more of an R&B singer. And everything that you hear in the music that I have and the music that I'll be putting out soon just stems from me trying to motivate and inspire people.
Yeah, for sure. And I know on I forget how long it was ago, but it was probably like, I want to say maybe like 3 months ago. I was saw on your Instagram how you had a song on there about your son that you came up with, kind of singing to him and everything,
Yeah.
or singing about him and you being a father and everything. So that, I mean, that's pretty dope. Like you said, there's a message in everything that you do. So
Yeah, it was the so-called I think it's called the so-called cold challenge, something like that. Cold summer, yeah, cold summer challenge. And it was something real quick, but I'm actually working on an R&B song that's dedicated to him right now. It's super
okay.
dope.
Okay. So that was going to be my next question about, because you mentioned in there you're more R&B, but you're working on your rap cadence and everything. So that's the kind of lane that you're going into with like R&B and rap, and trying to be like not just the one-dimensional artist, but you can do kind of a lot of things like a Drake or a Tory Lanez and some of them other dudes out there that kind of do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and Drake and Tory Lanez, those are really good examples because I feel like they can sing a little bit, but nowadays you have so many things like auto tune, so much, and I don't want to just like point exactly towards auto tune because not everybody uses that for that
Yeah.
reason. But like my whole thing is like actually separating the two. There's a lot of new artists nowadays that put auto tune on their voice, edit it and stuff, which sounds really cool. But a lot of artists sound the same right now. So
That's for sure.
this will actually be my first time actually telling someone this. But what I plan on doing is, my first album is half of it is going to be split strictly R&B and half of it is going to be split strictly, rap. Right. So I'm not trying to necessarily intertwine both,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure like everybody, if you hear a song of mine and I'm rapping and singing, you'll know when I'm rapping and you'll know when I'm singing. You
Yeah,
won't
you're,
think
you're
like,
separating
oh,
it in
it's
that song.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Got you.
in this industry, you see a lot of people trying to pursue singing because actually a lot of rap careers are really really short.
Yeah.
Being a newbie in this industry now, I'm doing a lot of research, and the average rap career is really really short. So what a lot of rappers do now is hit auto tune, and it makes them sound kind of cool, and it gives them that catchy club vibe, right? So what I want to be able to do is actually the total opposite, improve my rap game, right? That way I can do both.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense. So you said that you are gonna come out with an album. I know you dropped a single probably like 2-3 weeks ago or something like
Yeah.
that.
hmm
And what was the name of that single again?
My single, it's called "Keep It Real."
Keep It Real. And it's available on Apple and Spotify and all of that stuff right now as well,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
so
all
is that
platforms.
gonna be a song that's on your album?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
So when you expect to drop this album out, man?
I knew that question was coming. So it's funny. I was just talking to my roommate the other day, and he was telling me like, "Yo, if you really want to do this, while um, you're growing your fan base, you definitely want to just make sure that you set a date, you put it out there into the atmosphere, and most of the time you're going to hit that date. You're going to lose your fan base if you don't hit that date. So
Yeah,
I don't have a date for you yet. I just know
got
it's
you.
going to be 2021.
2021. All right, so we can expect it then. I'm definitely
Most
gonna tune
definitely.
in. Definitely gonna tune in. Um, so I mean, with COVID and everything, I know a lot of people, especially like artists and everything, haven't been able to travel and stuff. I know we talked the other day, and you said you've been going back and forth from LA, which isn't that far from you, but you've been able to go back and forth to LA, do a couple of things. Have you been able to do any kind of shows or anything like that, or is everything strictly social media right now?
So to kind of like uh, piggyback off of COVID, right? COVID has changed a lot in the game for artists, you know, because most artists make their money off of ticket sales, off of you know, touring and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of artists now are going towards the avenue of streaming. You can make a good amount of change off of streaming, especially through Spotify. You know, it's pretty cool, you know. And then through branding, you know, a lot of people want to try to sell their music to people that can get their music for free. You know, I'm not going to try to get you to buy my new single for 99 cents when you're already paying Apple, you know,
Yeah,
what they're $9.99 monthly to go just click on it and listen to it. Right.
for
So
sure.
a lot of artists are going towards brands, you know, Nike, you know, a simple like DM to Nike, like, hey, this is my new song, whether they respond or not. Right. But you're marketing to the right market, right. Or you're reaching out to
Yeah.
the right market. So as far as me performing, I performed once. That was way back in high school. I remember I was so nervous. It was my favorite song by Music Soul Child, Love, right? And I could barely, you could barely hear me over the mic. And my homie that was singing the second verse with me saw that I was nervous, and he just took over the song, right? So that's actually the first and only time I've actually performed when it comes to music. But I've done a lot of motivational speakers. I was
Okay.
senior speaker for my college graduation. So as far as speaking in public and being in the limelight, I feel like that's not a fear for me anymore.
Gotcha.
But as far as recently, Halloween night, my homie, his name is Ottoboy. He goes by the name of Ottoboy. He's an artist in LA. He had his first performance out on Halloween. It was like a rooftop little private party, and it was legit. It was dope. And I saw him perform, and I was just thinking like, man, I know I could do that. You
Yeah.
know, so as far as my first performance goes, I plan on linking up with one of my DJs. Excuse me, not my DJ, but he's a friend of mine, and he does DJing. And you know, we plan on linking up and doing some stuff in LA and some clubs and stuff when the world opens back up.
Yeah, when everything is going back. And yeah, I mean that definitely that public speaking and stuff helps with, you know, your performance, even if you know, rapping, singing, whatever, because now you're used to being in front of an audience. And I mean, you already
Right.
know you got the skills to do what you got to do, but now the biggest thing is overcoming that stage fright, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
you got 1,000 people out there, or even if it's like 10 people out there, it's just like, damn, these
Yeah,
people are going to be
especially if
judging the hell out of me if I mess up.
right, if the crowd isn't friendly, man. If you don't have like your homie and your homegirl, whatever, and your loved ones out there that already support you, you know, it's a whole different ball game. You know, I was just talking to an artist friend of mine, and she was telling me like, yo, it's different because once you perform, you know, you could be out of breath one time because you're trying to maybe do a little dance move to have a good stage performance as well, and then it's different than just sitting or standing in front of a mic in the studio. You got everything concentrated on going to the mic. So I'm doing my little practicing in the mirror here and there. So
Yeah, because you gotta have energy to get the crowd behind you and everything too. So you got to be
yo.
doing some other stuff. So you've been working on your dance moves and getting all of that shit right. About to do the little Chris Breezy out there.
Yeah, something like that, you know.
So what you want people to know about you, man? What you want them to know about your music, about what you bringing to the table? What's different about your music compared to everybody else? Because you know, there's a lot of independent artists out there. There's a lot of, you know, record label artists out there, but what makes you different than
Yeah.
most of? I know you mentioned your music was actually has a message, but what else sets you apart?
Yeah, well, one thing that I think that's similar to a lot of artists is the struggle, right?
Mm-hmm.
What have you gone through in life? Um, and that projects through your music, right? So that's the similarity that I have with a lot of artists, right? Now, the one thing that I feel like separates me from a lot of the new artists,
Yeah.
right? Because I feel like I'm an old soul, right? I heard an artist that was speaking in an interview. I'm not going to say any names, but everyone knows who he is. But he was saying like, hey, I don't do this because I love music. I actually hate rapping. I do this because I
Yeah.
know how to market myself and I know how to make money. It gives me money. And hey, I'm not hating on him on that level because, hey, I respect your hustle. I respect the game.
Yeah.
You know how to make money. You got all that money. I don't, right? But music in itself stems from just our culture as a Black people, you know. So I feel like, or I can just say as a people, period, you know, because there's a lot of people, whether no matter what your nationality is, that are doing their thing, and it stems from what they've gone through in life, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the thing that separates me from a lot of new artists is that that's my focus. I'm doing this because I love it, because I'm passionate about it, and you know, it's the music that I write stems from something that I've gone through in my past, or I'm currently going through.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, that's good to know, because you know, like you said, there's a lot of artists out here that they're just doing it for a paycheck, and you know, with music, a lot of times you're not gonna get paid like you think you are, because if you ain't doing shows, like COVID right now, you ain't doing shows, you ain't touring and none of that kind of stuff, then you're not really making any kind of money. So, but nah, as long as you can separate yourself from the pack and create your own sound, that's what sells, is making sure you got your own sound and everything, and consistency.
Right.
Having to keep putting things out. Like, I mean,
you can't go ghost.
Yeah, like you
once
have
you
like
start, like you're in there.
Yeah, for sure. Like you got the J. Cole's, that J. Cole will put something out once every 4 years or something like that. Like just keep people waiting. But he has that, that platform right now.
Exactly.
But another artist who does that, he
Kendrick
doesn't
Lamar.
Kendrick, but it's
he's
another
got,
one that doesn't
that.
have the platform. And what's his name? Bryson Tiller.
Okay. Yeah.
Put something out, like he that first album he put out was dope.
Yep.
And then it's like 3 years later, bro, where you at? Like, we waiting for some more music. And so, like, you just go ghost. You can't do that. You gotta be consistent. Got to keep it going. Got to keep it pushing, man.
Yeah.
Let people know where they can follow you at as far as social media.
Yeah. So my artist name TYB, and then as far as my Instagram goes, it's TYB Melody. So that's TYB MOLEDY.
Yeah, and when I post a video, I'm definitely gonna put a link up to that as well, so that way people can follow that. I'm gonna also have to send you some Black Elephant stuff, so when you're doing shows, you can go out there,
bro.
Go out there and promote.
Yo, I want everybody to know that. Side note, like, I'm the type of individual that supports, man. Right. So if you're an entrepreneur, whether it's music, clothing line, whatever your gig is, I'm here to support. I just had a photo shoot the other day with an up and coming a photographer, and she's a really close friend of mine. And she was trying not to charge me. I was like, no, like, this is your business. You got to believe in you. I'll take that friendship discount for sure, but I'm not just going to let you take nice photos of me and not pay you, So I'm gonna definitely show your brand love for sure. And I feel like, you're that type of person, especially in the music industry. A lot of people are stepping on heads just to try to get to the top, and it may work for a while, but eventually, karma comes around. So
for sure. And you burn bridges that way, man. Like you
exactly.
You mess over people, you end up, you might need them down the road or something. You never know.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, for sure. So what's on your mind, man? What else you got for me? If you want to play any of your music, or anything
word.
like that.
Yeah. So if we're like in the podcast, like if I were to play it over here, is it going to come out clearer, or would it come clearer if you play the music?
That's a good question.
Because you have a mic over there, so
yeah, but I don't have speakers. Everything come through my headset.
Okay.
So I mean, it might come through clear when you play it. If not, I can always edit in a break or something and then put the music over there.
Let's edit the break now. So I can Apple stream my television, and then I could just play it over the speakers here.
All right, for sure. We're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna listen to TYB.
Keep it real.
Yeah, keep it real. Let's get it.
And then I'll give you some insight on what the song means and stuff.
All right, for sure. All right, so we back from that quick break, and so now, like I said, we're gonna play a song from TYB. Keep It Real. This is his latest single he just dropped. That's the one that's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. Where else can you find it at?
Google Play, YouTube, everywhere.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna get this thing started real quick.
Yes, sir.
Let me know if you can hear it.
I can hear it. It went
Told me this was infinity when I said come here. Seriously can't take a heartbreak, how you feel? Applying pressure where pressure needs applied. Tell me what it is, a year ago's the last time I cried. Prefer the truth raw, even though my feelings fried. Promise I'll move on and won't yell suicide. Tears flowing, tears flowing. Last time I trusted it's a cold world like it's snowing. My body and soul will need to be purified, but the heart that needs fixing, it'll have to be mine. Keep it real, cause my heart is real. It'll have to be mine. Keep it real, keep it real. It'll have to be mine, mine, mine. It'll have to be mine, yeah, 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 yeah. My heart needs fixing, God, can you keep it real? It'll have to be mine, yeah, 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 yeah. Trying to fast forward through the pain, but all I wanna do is rewind. Conscious said ignore your pretty face, keep your head to the grind. Always attracted to that form, especially when you said you was from Cuba. Should've seen that red flag when you said your nickname was Medusa. Cared you like to cross my chest, first time I should've settled for less. Confess my tears like a Usher song, damn I really sound like a mess. Keep it real, keep it real. Just reinforcing what I'm saying and how I feel. Left my heart in a cryptic state, it'll take a real one to the grip. Where you at, you running late. Keep it real, keep it real. Just reinforcing how I really feel. Keep it real, cause my heart is real. It'll have to be mine. Keep it real, keep it real. It'll have to be mine. It'll have to be mine, mine. Oh, mine. My heart needs fixing. Can you keep it real? It'll have to be mine, yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so that was TYB's single, "Keep It Real." Now,
Keep it real.
what's the meaning behind the song? Because you said everything you write is life experience. It sounds like a heartbreak. So what's the meaning
Oh
behind the
man,
song?
that's funny. So it's funny. Everybody says that. They're like, "Yo, Robin, who broke your heart?" um, Nah, man. You know, I feel like everybody has had that person where they feel like they're putting more effort into the relationship than you know, their partner. So, like I said, the things that I say in my music that I express come from things that I've gone through, and then they also are things that I know that people are going through in life, right? So no, that's not actually streaming from a specific heartbreak, you know, over here, but it definitely is something that a lot of people can relate to, you know. So in the song, I'm talking about how, you know, you're not opening yourself up to me. Well, I just want to, you know, be that person for you, you know. And then in the second verse, I'm talking about how I should have just stayed focused on my grind, and there were telltale signs, you know, quote unquote, your nickname was Medusa, you know. You know, so I feel like the point is very clear in the song, but yeah, you know, a couple catchy catchphrases there, here and there, you know, to kind of mix it up and keep it fun. But that was my first single. I think it took me like maybe just a day and a half to write, and you know, and I hit the studio hard.
Okay. Now, it's just you on the song, right? Just no
No features or
features.
anything. Yeah, that's all
Okay,
me.
cool. And I know you sent me another song, and I'm gonna probably put that at the end. You know, at the
Okay.
end of this, the end of the episode, for people that, if you want to stay on and watch the YouTube video all the way to the end,
Okay.
so you can hear the next song. What is it? Blame Shifting.
Yeah.
Okay. Unreleased. Okay. Yeah. So y'all gonna get the first premiere of that song from right here, man. So y'all better tune in to the end.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. So I know you said you got some shows are you gonna try to do some shows when COVID's over, when the world opens back up, have you been trying to put anything in motion to guarantee your spots or whatever for when that happens, or what's up?
Yeah. So I have like I said, I have a buddy. He's a pretty big DJ out here, and he does a lot of gigs on his own, and he has some pull in some pretty big clubs in LA. And that for sure is kind of like my way in, just for him to put my music in his mixes, and maybe do some live performances and get some shout outs there, right? But in this game, it's more about marketing yourself. Are you marketable? Are people gonna like looking and hearing your name, whether you have good music or not?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just putting myself out there, as simple as, you know, while I'm pumping iron in the gym, hey bro, hey, excuse me ma'am, can you listen to this and, you know, kind of give me your feedback? And then there's a genuine automatic, you know, follow on Instagram, and a true friend if they like my music, you know.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Just getting my name out there, and being consistent, you know.
For sure. All right, man. That's all I have for you, though. That's
Most
unless
definitely,
you got something you want to say, man. That's all I have for you.
No, man, I wanna take the opportunity to give you a shout out. I appreciate this opportunity from you. Like, this is a humbling blessing on my part, you know, not the other way around. I thank you for doing this for me. And I'm for sure waiting on some Black Elephant gear, you know, and I'm for sure put that money, send that money to you for it, you know, because like I said, I'm a big believer in supporting those that are doing their own thing. But yeah, man, that's it. And I'm gonna send some artists your way to interview as well.
For sure. And I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you being on the show. Appreciate you reaching out and everything to get on and everything. So, like, for sure, anytime, man, just let me know. You got something coming up, let me know. We can put it out to the masses, everything, you know. I'm always here for support.
Let's get it.
But all right, so we're gonna end with this. We're gonna end with the song you just sent me. Blame shifting.
So don't forget TYB Melody on Instagram. Let's get it. Robin.
Do you have a Twitter or anything?
Nah, you know, Twitter is funny because Twitter left the world like for 2-3 years. Everybody kept their account, and now it's booming again. So I think I'm gonna get a Twitter account soon, but for now it's just Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. But all right, let's get into this blame shifting. And you said this is the edited version, right?
So unedited. I think the beginning I'm going to change a little bit, but for the most part, the song is written and done the way I want it to be done.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go.
Where do we go? Why are we here? I know it's not clear. This was our fear. Please, babe, don't shed a tear. All of our past, thought we could last. What happened to us being so sincere? Blame shifting, I blame you, you blame me. Instead of working on what we used to be. Blame shifting, I blame you, you blame me. Instead of working on what we used. This is a new moment that's rained down on us. Reality says we fight, fuss, and curse. All I'm asking is to open up, sharing me your secrets. And when I'm sick, just take care of me like a nurse. Wait on the lights to get low so the kids won't hear. We should be making up, but all you do is shed tears. Told you not to bring the in-laws and our problems. All they do is feed poison, which makes things unclear. You measure my word by my personality. I blame you for just not understanding me. And while I'm still infatuated with our past reality, you blame me for both our infidelities. I told you she was just one time. You said he was always on your mind. Not sure our love can stand the test of time. Fighting words on clutch, I guess it's wartime. Hey, I'm from the west where all the girls seem the same, so I had to go down south to get my dame. She said, speaking of down south, you know how to put it down. So I'm standing here feeling like a clown. One time can shake things up. 2 times will break things up. Not sure if we can make things up. Where do we go? Oh, why are we here?
pretty sure anybody that's ever been in a relationship can relate to that song right there.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
care what kind of relationship it is. Somebody can relate to that.
Yes, sir.
Somebody can. But nah, man. So that's dope though. Like that's a pretty dope song. Definitely glad you shared that with me. You know. So yeah, we definitely gonna put that out there for everybody to hear. Well, whoever
Appreciate, man.
listens to this
Appreciate that.
video.
That's love.
Yeah, for sure, man. We're gonna pump that for sure. But all right, bro. You know, it's been good talking to you about your music and everything.